Welcome back to our Afternoon Express Coco Long. Now, Dumi, how far are we with creating these wontons?
We are almost at the finish line because now our filling is basically ready. I'm adding in the barbecue sauce here. We don't want it to be too put together. Like, we want it to be still nice and crumbly, the mince, because we want you to be able to taste it in there because we put all those flavors in there. So our mince is basically ready. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to hoy our cheese cubes inside of this. And then our mixture is practically ready. And then what we'll do is we'll start assembling our wontons and actually fill them up with this mixture. Let me do that now. I'm switching off my stove.
Okay, while Dumi is doing that, South Africa, remember, please do head over to afternoonexpress.co.za to get the full recipe list and ingredients. Now, Chef Roo, it seems like we're almost done. Here are our delicious roasted nuts that I've organized for you for our guac.
Thank you.
And now, essentially, you're just putting the finishing touches on the guacamole.
Yes.
Okay.
So what we can do is we can probably add them inside, or if you like, you can just use them as a topping. But I think it would be nice to have a nice crunch in that.
I say let's do both.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to add, when you're done mixing that together, we're going to add a little bit inside the actual guacamole and then a little bit on top for garnishing for it to look as cute as you are, Mama. And on your side, guys, how's it going, Amy?
Yeah, on our side, Bali, I can ask you to please switch on the stove for us. We're going to start assembling or filling our nachos, wonton nachos. So basically, this is the wonton part. We've not made nachos yet because the nachos is once you start layering it up with all those ingredients in there. So you've got the option of, when you fill your wonton, to use your finger there and make like a little triangle, because you can like basically wrap it up whichever way you like. So you're essentially saying South Africans can choose whether they want to use their finger to dip it into the water and then line essentially the phyllo paper pastry that you're using. Or you can make it into a nice shape, because there are different shapes that people make. I will admit I am not a master in this department. I'm a master in the chowing. But I'm a master in the recipe. So I'm basically going to show you now. We're putting in the filling here. Just another way that you can fill up the wonton and shape it so it looks cute. And that is by connecting these two corners.
Okay.
And then connecting this other corner to the other one. And then this other one to the other one. So we have like a little parcel of salt.
My favorite one. Yeah.
Is that Amy, how
I
you
do it like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, little parcels. I need to get some mince over there.
Okay, definitely, yes. I need to be sharing this with you. So we're going to continue with our wontons and filling them up, and then I'm going to pass them over to you to fry up for us, just so South Africa sees what exactly the wonton nacho or the wonton actually looks like once it's fried up.
Okay, so the wonton element seems like it's almost coming together quite beautifully, and I think here there's something to keep an eye out on, is how much do you fill up your phyllo pastry? Because essentially you do want it to close up, you do want it to look like a parcel, or if you're deciding on having the nacho shape, the triangle, essentially it's the same thing. You have to make sure that it folds over quite nicely, quite neatly, because as soon as it goes into that hot oil, we don't want it to disintegrate and for it to lift.
Correct. That is very true, Balisa. So let me do this. Let me pass you some now, just so you can fry them up, so we show South Africa what it looks like once it's fried.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take out some nachos or wontons that we did earlier, and I'm going to start assembling the nacho part of our wontons.
Well, that's not hot yet. Let's crank that up hotter. So as soon as that water is hot, I mean, not that water, as soon as that oil is hot, South Africa, I'm going to be adding in the wonton slowly but surely. Now, Chef Roo, we have been asking everyone on social media, what is the one recipe or meal that reminds you of the festive season? What would you say that was?
I think it's fruitcake. I know my grandmother always used to make fruitcake when it came like some weeks before Christmas, and then we'd have it at Christmas dinner. So I think for me, that definitely it is that.
We should be whipping up a fruitcake sometime soon, hey, Dumi?
We should be.
Now, what are you up to there? It seems like you're now adding that nacho element that we keep talking about.
Yeah, so now we've added some black beans in there. We've added some cheese. So what's going to happen is we're going to put this into the oven. It's going to bake up, and it's going to melt nicely. And then we'll then top it up with beautiful things, like we've got tomatoes, we've got some grated cheese as well, some jalapenos, and some of those black beans, just to make you see exactly what the nacho is about.
Okay.
Right? So basically, this is going to go into the oven now, and we're going to bake it off and melt that cheesiness in there. So luckily, Palisa, because you know we do TV magic, I already have a batch that we made earlier.
Delicious.
Right, so Now goes on to the nacho part. We've made our nachos, and I think it would only be fair for me to put them onto their plate first before we start adding the toppings. I'm gonna need you to chop up some tomatoes for me, so some onions.
No problem.
And chop up some coriander that's gonna go on top of these beautiful babies. I'm gonna try and keep them as whole as possible with the cheese there. There we go.
Oh, wow, those came together quite nicely.
Yeah, so the cheese basically binds everything together, yeah? Because, I mean, like we said, we're keeping it very festively. We're keeping it very street food. We're not making it too complicated. So as much as you eat with your eyes first, I believe most people that go to festivals are drawn to a lot of street food as well. And the street food also still needs to look nice. So that's why we're making sure we're still delivering on that right now. So you guys are doing... the guac for me. Can I ask you actually to pass me some of that? So I can put it over
Definitely.
here.
I mean, Rue, how are you feeling? Out of 10, what do you give your guac?
12. I give it
Okay.
a 12. It's that good.
I love that. It is fire. That is what I'm all about. So my wontons, essentially South Africa, you already know how deep frying works. But before it gets to that stage, they kind of look golden brown like this. Quite nice, quite simple, easy to do, easy to put together as well. So Dumi, as we're continuing to put this dish together,
Yes.
what are the key main things that everyone needs to remember and keep in mind?
They have to keep in mind the fact that you must have fun. I think these are some of the foods that you enjoy with your people in the street. So there's no need to be too formal. Have fun, but obviously the basics with the wontons, make sure your oil is on at least 180 or even less. You'd rather increase the heat than to burn the stuff, you know?
Yes.
So, yeah, that's very important as well. And like we said, have fun with it. Don't get too serious. Enjoy it. Have fun. You're out in the streets with your people. Well, not really in the streets. In your head, you're at a festival, but technically you're at home.
And on that note, I mean, Amy, you are no stranger to festivals, but 2020 came through and COVID-19 unfortunately put a pause to all that activity, all that music activity. So as an artist and as someone who's also dishing up the street food, essentially, how have you been affected by the national lockdown and now finding yourself gearing up to future festivals? What are you most looking forward to?
Oh, I'm looking forward most to like musicians being able to get together again and be able to start like getting some profit again, because it's been really hard for us to make money at this time. And then I think just like celebrating music and being together without being like terrified would be lovely. That would be amazing.
That would be good. Well, something that we need not be scared of here in the kitchen is what we've just whipped up. This looks easy, it looks delicious, and more than anything, it's family orientated. It's about coming together and sharing. So thank you so much, Dumi, for putting this deliciously together. Chef Rue and Chef Amy over there, flanking us, helping us there. Voila, head over to our Afternoon Express website to get the full ingredients list and recipe.